Well. We are back again. I want to thank God through the universal energy for another time that is given unto us and for giving us the strength and energy to be around again. We say we are most grateful. We are only doing the work He has given us to do. We want to do it in all honesty and in all sincerity of thought. Once again, as usual, I want to thank all our audience and I want you to help other people reach out to the message. So recommend people, invite people, tell people to subscribe. Okay, the way networks, they should look for it and subscribe. Share our short videos, our TikTok handles that we post on knowledge. Please share them to as many as you can reach. We need to liberate the souls because the enemy, the degraded force, the evil energy, which we have called Satan, is working very hard, creating systems that at the end enslave the human soul, because he knows the value of the human soul is priceless. He knows it. That energy knows the value of the human soul is priceless. And that is why anytime you reach out to such paradigm of energy, they are ready to give you anything you want just to give them your soul, but they know the price of the soul, and that price is priceless. And we, as children of light, or children of good and love, and children of God, we must do our best to help souls migrate and to deliver them from the metrics that they have created to delude people and to enslave them in gross materialism. We must enjoy this life in the light and intelligence of the divine. What this creation is from our divine, is from our own essence. We're part of this creation. It's our right to be here. But the falsified energy has recreated. This is the kind of world we are living in today, we are experiencing today. It's not the original life. This is an artificial age. The kind of life we are experiencing is artificial life. And no wonder we are in the age of artificial intelligence. And who is providing this intelligence? It's not coming from the creator. It's not coming from the source. That I have to tell you without doubt. This artificial age is not coming from the source, because everything they are doing with these metrics of artificial intelligence is to the detriment of the human soul. It's to the detriment of the human health. So they want to take us off the natural intelligence to the age of artificial intelligence. And we, as children of light and children of love and children of truth, we cannot stand by watching the bad guys keep doing what they are doing and we keep our hands folded. So when I was admitted, and then the following day I came to the office, I had a few calls from very caring and loving ones, and they asked me, why are you still at the office? Why did you go to, when the doctor said you should take 1 week rest? And I told them, Bob Marley once said, once the bad guys have not stopped running, the good guys can stop moving. That's what Bob Marley said. One day he went to stage to go and perform, and he was shot. Large crowd, and somebody shot him. They rushed him to the hospital. They dressed his wound, took out the bullet, and in the next minute and hour, he was still on stage to perform. And they asked him, why did he take that risk? He said, once the bad guys don't stop running, the good guy can stop doing what they are doing. The good guys have to get moving. That's why we are here, what we are here. And we would, irrespective of all the attacks that we are getting, both physical and spiritual, we will keep doing what you are doing. Don't think, listen, when you are doing something and you don't have enemies, then what you are doing is nothing. If you are doing something and you don't have people opposing what you are doing is nothing. Over the weekend, my wife was saying, and this spiritual thing, if possible, and stop doing it and all those things. Yeah, she was scared. She was scared because obviously my kids are young, but we can't stop moving. If we live or die, we live or die in the Christ that we have realized. And death, we know, can never hold us captive. Death, as we know, as I sit here, death can never hold me captive. And the last thing you can threaten me with is that the only reason why I want to live a little bit longer is because my kids are young and I want to not literally take care of them physically, but I'll be happy to transmit a lot of energy to get them well shaped that when I am gone, I know they can take over the mantle. And as many as young people that are around me, I will be able to impact enough knowledge for them before I exit. But I can make one, Now how there's nothing good in this life because they messed up this universe. If you know that originally what this universe used to be, when you meditate and they show you how beautiful and how life flourishing, balanced the universe used to be before all these ages of corruption, you would detest this world and you would hate certain people. I remember my first experience when I was meditating and when they took me back into time and before creation, before human habitations of this planet Earth, how beautiful the blue waters and the flowers, so beautiful. So beautiful. When I was out there and I was watching the thing beneath and I asked, what is this? And they told me this was the original state before human evolution into that space. So beautiful. So beautiful. And everything was alive. Everything was alive. Everything was alive. And no wonder they used to call this, what you call planet, they used to call it Tau, which means the living planet. And no wonder in all the cosmos, it is only this planet that has life on it. It's only this planet that has living energy on it. There are other planets, but they don't have the ability to support life because they are not living planets. And when I went inside, I saw that everything on this planet is alive. Everything is alive. Everything is living. And no wonder they, the same people who want to kill the life on this planet, call this planet the living planet, planet Tau. And they're working with these extraterrestrials they're working with these non-benevolent extraterrestrials to kind of destroy this space. This space. So this is how you spell your planet. What they don't know, I don't know if you can see it. You see it? You see it? The plan of the ETs, the plan of the extraterrestrials. So they changed our original name of our planet, which is Tau, to the plan of the ETs, and they call it planet. The plan of the ETs, the plan of the extraterrestrials. You don't know what is going on. And sometimes I laugh. I saw some of these people, they come and they talk, they yab, they make a lot of noise about extraterrestrials, Anunnakis, and Anu and Anki. I said, these guys, they don't know what they are talking about. They have read a Sumerian tablet, which is, most of them are false. I'm telling you, most of those tablets, it's a lie, it's false. They are not the original tablets. All these tablets that the cousin was speculating, they are false tablets. They don't understand what it is. When you go inside, it is there. And our people too, they wouldn't meditate to go inside because they don't even know how to meditate to go inside. So they just listen to these things. They go and research and read this, and they become Anunnakis and Archons and Anki and oh come on. And you listen, realize they don't even know what they are talking about because it's purely editorial and research work. Do you know why? Is it called Operation X or something? The X. They are trying to prepare Mars. Do you know why they are trying to prepare Mars? And they are trying to create life on Mars for Mars to be habitable again. Because Mars is the only closest planet that is habitable. Today our topic is about sin. And that's the last episode. But what we left is very small. So I want to talk about a little bit before we just go into the episode, and then we are done with it. This will be the final episode. Please, when it's about 15 minutes to time, you let me know. It's almost time. Okay, we'll get it. So there's a lot of things going on. Do you know why they are talking about a sin? Have you heard of a sin? SERN? And what they are doing? Do you know why they are digging the earth? They are going miles and miles and thousands of miles onto the earth. Do you know why they have their logo, the logo of the sun to be Shiva? And do you know why sun is located in Switzerland? We don't know what is going on in the world. If you want to know the truth, get self-realized, get connected, meditate, get enlightened, then you can go and get the information firsthand. Not book knowledge. Most of the things we talk, we don't talk about what they've written in books. When somebody is saying something, the same if you watch it, the next thing is that I go subjective, I put it in my subconscious mind. From the conscious mind, I program the subconscious mind, then I meditate, put it in the conscious mind. I want to find out what is this information about. You get it, it's there. It's a training. It's not somebody's special ability, it's a training. Then this is what we are training people about, the personality development. How to get guidance from information. It's there, it's normal. So for me, you just don't tell me anything, I just take it. I go inside and find out. Sometimes when as I watch, I begin to ask myself, what is it? Now when you master the act of going in to find out with the subconscious, now when you are awake, you are talking to somebody saying, you just ask them, what is saying, is it correct? What is there about it? What is it? They'll be feeding you with information. You are listening and you are listening. Utie mutie, you listen within the listening. We call it hearing beyond silence. We call it hearing beyond silence. And it so happened when the angel came to Abraham and they called Sarah and told her that you're going to conceive. They said Sarah was murmuring in his thought that this, because the angel came in a human being form. He said he doesn't know that me I'm even and I've even stopped having my messes. And they asked, why do you doubt? And Sarah was surprised. And the angel told her, we hear beyond silence. It's a gift. We all have it. Hearing beyond silence. You all have it. It's a gift. It's in everybody. Just knowing how to direct that conscious thought into the subconscious thought. The subconscious knows everything, connects to all things. The conscious thought is always limited, and that is the goat. The subconscious mind is always dormant and calm. That is the sheep. So don't be the goat. Go for the sheep. The subconscious mind, it always appear like it's stupid. It doesn't know anything, and it's just dormant and inactive. And the conscious mind is always giddy, curious, want to do everything. But actually, that which knows all things is the subconscious mind. That is the sheep. The goat is just arrogant, making noise and being curious and being truant and being stubborn. But the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, that is the sheep. It knows all things, but it's calm and reserved, and it looks like stupid. So don't let them fool you. Our world is changing, and they have changed our world, and our world is going to change. From next year to the year 2030, our world is going to change drastically. They're going to change every facet of our lives. You go inside and we see all that they want to do. But the Bible say, we are see a body wonira. Listen. It will just take one movement of the divine energy, the divine will, shaking on Hosanna. You will see. What did they think? No. When the fire blazed in Florida, what did the technology was able to do for them? The divine was shaking on Kakra. But it's always a sheep. It looks like it's stupid. It looks like it's dormant, just like the subconscious replication of the divine will. No, sure, not conscious mind. No. The goat jumping here, going there, curious and all those things. But one sheep or the goat, the goat always runs away. Because there's no goat that can stand the energy of the sheep. You see, the sheep is always very gorgeous, energetic, moves slow and calm. When it raises his energy against the goat is just only gallivanting and making noise and thing, always displaying and just causing trouble, like the witches. They have no weight. So those who say they are the goat and because they think goat is intelligent, goat is as stupid as nothing. Excuse my language. Empty barrels make most noise. So don't follow the goat. Today, why am I on the goat? Forgive me. So our world has changed drastically. And the reason why I'm talking about sin is one of the gateway they can use to control you in that time and era. Jesus said, the Bible said that, and they came to Jesus Christ, but they had nothing in him because there was no sin in him. There's no violation of the divine will in him. When they come to your aura, they shouldn't see spots of the violation of the divine will, because it is only the spots of the evidence of violation of the divine will that they can accuse you before the divine will. If you don't have anything to accuse you with before the divine will, there's nothing that they will do that can affect you. So the only way they use is to try to create sin in your life. What we call sin. They create it in your life by making you to rise against divine will and against free will. Then they can stand on it to accuse you before the divine will. Then they can have the space to break your edge. That means break your aura protection and then penetrate through your space. And then trouble after trouble, trouble after trouble, trouble after trouble. And I'm telling you that in the years to come, the only way they can get to you is when your edge is broken, when your aura is polluted and contaminated. That's the only way they can get to you. When you're ignorant, and our ignorant action ends up polluting and contaminating our aura, then they have something to stand on to accuse us before the divine will. That's what the Bible says, that for the devil is always standing before God doing what? Accusing the brethren. This is the Bible. What is he accusing them for? Theology cannot tell you. The church cannot tell you. And he even tried so with the Christ whilst he was in Jesus. So I came to him finding something to accuse him of before the divine will, and when he got there, there was nothing in him to accuse him of. So you need to stay away from sin. Deliberately, consciously, and purposefully try a way to shine away from all forms of sin. All forms of activity that makes you rise against divine will and rise against free will. Try to shine away from it. Then you begin to realize that you become insulated from the effect of sin. But once they can get that energy into your aura space, your aura becomes darkened. And as the darker your aura is, the easier for them to penetrate. And it's one of the things they are going to use in the years to come. That is why I'm telling you this. They are going to create situations that will be so peril and so dangerous. The times you're going to go in are perilous times, to the extent that if you don't take time, all your actions, or most of your actions, will be against the divine will. Remember, a lot of people will be laid out of job. They will frustrate people just only to achieve one objective, and that is to cause us to rise against divine will and divine order. So they create physical conditions that will make you rise against divine order. So when you read the book of Matthew chapter 24, it says that they will cause famine, they will cause anger, they will cause war, they will cause pestilence, they will cause pain and all those things. Why are they causing all those things? Why are they causing all those things? So that you rise against divine will and divine ordinances. And once you're able to do that, they can grab your soul. And the Bible says that even if the Lord does not shorten those days, even the very elect will not be saved. The very elect will even fall to their plow. But say, for the sake of the elect, the Lord will shorten the divine order will rise for the sake of the elect. The divine order will rise for the sake of the elect. So we are aware of their plan. We are aware of their plans. Listen, they are coming. The new world order is coming. The unipolar world order is coming. Like it or not, accept it or not, it is going to come. And they are going to take charge of so many things. And what is the intention of taking charge of so many things? To create hard conditions so that you rise against divine will and divine ordinances. And once you do that, it's easy for them to trap your soul. They will create so much hard conditions to the extent that you begin to question the very essence of your existence. Is there really God? And people will not even want to hear about divinity and spirituality because of the condition. If there's any energy or there's any power in charge of divinity and spirituality, why is it causing this mayhem? They don't want to hear. It's all part of their plan. Our world is going somewhere. And those who are observant and vigilant can know where they can see, because how do you call it? The traces are very obvious. So in years to come, money will be out of the system. You think when they are going to digitalize this and digitalize, they are running fiber optics, they are doing satellites? Is it for fun? So the conditions that they create inevitably have effect on your life. And let's look at some of these effects that these conditions that they create that makes you rise against divine will have on our lives and our spiritual ascensions. The conditions that they create, okay, causes us to rise against divine will and divine ordinances and the universal laws of the Creator. And when we so do such things and rise against free will, then it creates an effect on our lives. And when the effect is created, that is where the channel is opened for their control and influence to fulfill their dream. So we are going to look at some of the effect of sin, the effect of rising against divine order and divine ordinances. The first and foremost thing, when you begin to rise against the divine order, divine free will, and divine ordinances, literally, if you begin to sin, the first thing that happens is that you'll be disconnected from reality. That's the first thing. You'll be disconnected from reality. The first thing is that sin disconnects you from reality. So once you rise against the free will, you rise against divine will, you rise against natural ordinances, you've risen against your own self, which is part of that ordinances. So then the personality is detached from the reality. And I can see a lot of people have been trapped. Listen, sometimes I watch people's DP, I watch people's status, and I try to make comments of certain videos there, and it's like, you see how much they are trapped in there because they are cut off from reality and they are caught up in this world of delusion. They put things that you're trying to let them that this is not spirituality, this is not what it is, it takes it, and they try to defend it. I'm somebody that, status speaks a lot about people's lives. So most of the people that I have, I keep trying to monitor their status to see their disposition, their perceptions, and what they believe in. Because I could read that easily, and I can read people's status. When somebody is in pain, you could just see from the kind of things he posts on the status. If somebody is in financial hardship, you can see the kind of things he posts on the status. If somebody is in distress, you see the kind of things he posts on. So it makes me have a first-hand feel of what people that I'm connected to are going through when they have not opened their mouth to talk to me about it. So I can wake up during time and just watching people's status, trying to read and trying to listen to the kind of things they put on their status. When somebody gets a good news, okay, you see all the praises and worship things going on in status. God is good. When somebody is going through bad times, you see, no matter what it is, God is with me. I stand by God and all. So it makes me understand what people around me are going through. So I like watching status. Not for any reason, but just to understand what people around me who I know within my contact, what they are going through. And some of them, if it's really necessary, I respond to some of them. So one of the things that happens as an effect to being enslaved to sin is being disconnected from reality. So in the external world, you are disconnected from reality. So are they kosokrana and nekra because you are disconnected from reality? 2, internally you'll be disconnected from the divine. So your personality will be separated from your divine essence. That is the second thing. You'll be disconnected from the divine. 3, you accumulate a lot of debt. Filth in your aura. As I told you before, all these things you do becomes spots in your aura, because your aura must be very pure, very clear, and should have a lot of radiance. Now, when you are disconnected from reality and there's so much sin within your space, rising against divine order, divine ordinances, and divine laws, what happens is that you create a lot of spots that dents your aura. And these spots that dents your aura are the spaces the enemies get to accuse you before the divine essence. And at the subtle level, you begin to attract bad energy, because they say that like attract like and fixes. They say like attract like. So when you begin to rise against divine ordinances and all those things, you create a very bad porous aura energy, and because of that, you begin to attract that thing. So then you realize that I feel that now I say nyama enye eba wakwemu balog besia na eba wakwemu. You understand? Everything which is bad and awful comes to your space. Why? Because your aura is dented with sin. Let me use the word sin. Your aura is dented with sin. And because your aura is dented with sin, the vibrations that has dented your aura with all those coarse energy begins to attract coarse vibrations into your space. And it's not simple to fracture. Pray to your son. People never come once. Say, convince you to be here. Go on, na convince you to na na dan for. Uni baby a block your sin na wo. Anameboa. Simple to fracture. Say, ashawo ni kotan baby. Obo wan no ni baby ashawo du ntin nyina anwumre om ko gyina. Obo wan na dan for be ye wa ewura no nyina aye. Ashawo for mo. Simple to fracture. Osempakania, the preacher of the gospel goes to stay as a place. In no time, he gets to know all the churches in the area and goes, what? He gets to know all the pastors and he gets to know all the preachers in the area. You got that okay? So businessman contain area. In no time, he gets to know all the businesses and all the business opportunities and the businessmen in the area. Because like attract what? Like. So when you corrupt your energy with sin, you begin to attract the like energy, which is a cause vibration, and then begins to cause problems for you. 5. When you're entrapped within that energy of sin, the energy that makes you rise against divine order and divine ordinances and divine will, what happens is that you become disaligned from the laws that govern the universe. You become disaligned, you are separated, you break away. So you realize that the laws of the universe will be working against you. Because if you don't have become your enemy, you will do my nice year pamko for 10 na for na pamo. Unzo mu na uye juma pa is your ubia pam na yebe pamo. Because the laws of the universe are working against you because you are not aligned with it. Now 6. When you're caught within that energy of sin, what happens is that the sin or that vibration quenches the vibration of the spiritual energy which is within you. It's your divinity. Okay, so we are burning with the fire of the spirit, with the flame of the spirit. Okay, we call that flame of the spirit the I, or the I am. Now when you engage with a lot of sin, or you engage in activities that makes you rise against divine will, gradually what that flame of the spirit which is within you begins to die. That vibration of spiritual energy inside you begin to die. Then you become more carnally minded than spiritually minded. Every do be a person better spiritual knowledge, until something has happened to trigger you to restore your balance before you begin to seek about spiritual knowledge. All your mind will be carnality, and you are ready to do anything for carnal acquisition or sensual or material acquisition. And the seventh one is after you've gone through all these things, you begin to die slowly. When sin has climaxed to its apex, when you rise against the divine order, divine will, and divine ordinances, and it climaxes to its apex, you begin to die. Because one, you begin to die because fear begins to grip you. Fear begins to take hold of your essence. Guilt begins to take hold of your essence. Low self-esteem begins to take hold of your essence. Shame begins to take hold of your essence. When this ill effect feelings begins to take hold of your essence, then you begin to die. That's the end. That's the final climax to this whole concept of getting yourself entrapped within the energy of sin, or within the energy that causes sin. When you see where you're he makes you fearful, he makes you feel guilty, he makes you feel you are worthless. That means low self-esteem means that you feel you are worthless. You don't have any sense of dignity left within yourself. You don't have any sense of self-energy again. And it makes you timid, it makes you fearful. And that are the characteristics, the final climax. These are the characters that will begin to kill you. Into Nama, they are much or man. Unama, now what to tell you feel guilty. Apostle told me sometimes, he said, someone came to carry TikTok and they, when you look at them, shame begins to cross. It's a baby is all to corner unya found because your accumulation of evil deeds, evil thoughts, evil inclination has closed your mind and you are cut off from reality. So begin to recoil. And the more you begin to recoil, you begin to die. That's what the Bible says, that the person, the soul that sins, that's what? Die. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, the sin that you are consistently and perpetually engaged in would destroy you and would kill you. And that is why we must refrain from any activity that so easily makes us sin against our own essence, against our brother's essence, and against the divine essence. Personal sin, interpersonal sin, and spiritual sin. So it is very imperative, it's very necessary that we stay away from sin if we want our spiritual life and our physical life to progress simultaneously within the will of the divine. Because the divine has its own laws and we must play within the laws of the divine. If we don't, it's going to create a problem for us. If we do, we are going to align. If we don't, we are going to be disaligned, and it's going to create a lot of problem for us. And then ultimately, at the end of it, we are going to die. We are going to kill ourselves. But if we do, we are going to align, and then there's going to be a lot of collective energy around us. And then ultimately, we are going to live a very joyous, self-content life. So sin is something we have to stay away from. There are a lot of them. When it comes to the anger is part of it, bitterness is part of it. All those things are ultimately the end tools that the energy of sin will use to destroy and to kill you. Don't forget, the devil came to kill, to steal, and then to destroy. But the essence came to give life, that you may have life to its fullness. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I hope this episode will help you. From episode 1 to this episode 3 will help you align your path, align your ways. And if you want to know how to simply get yourself free from all this bondage of sin and all those things, the energy that controls you and the negative energy that kind of easily pushes you up to this, you need to develop your personality. Wherever you can get a training or an assistance to develop your personality, please do have it. If you don't have anywhere to go to, you can come to our platform and subscribe to our workshop sessions. We will help you, because this is not something you can do just like that. You need to be trained so that you gain control over your personality. Once you make the self gain control over the personality, you can now control your intellect, your emotion and senses, because this is where sin emanates. Sin never comes from the source. Sin doesn't come from the divine. Sin doesn't come from your subconscious. Sin only alterates between the conscious mind and then your senses. That's where they work through to be able to get you trapped in that realm of sin, or get you trapped to the metrics of sin, or to the energy of sin. So once you can train yourself to control the thought, to control your emotions and control your senses, it is easy to break away from sin. Because first of all, sin comes as an idea, and that idea you conceive, that sinful idea you conceive, is released to the emotions, that is to the heart. The heart then conceives it, brood over it. Over a period of time, it releases it to the senses, and the senses takes hold of it and then execute it. Thought, feelings, and then action. That's what I told you, that there are 3 levels to do this same thing. That is thought, feeling, and action. And that is where you can control sin from. And that's the problem of the church. So if you want to learn how to control sin, it is not by prayer and fasting and supplication. It is a concerted effort of personality development. And you have to go through training. We all went through it. By the grace of God, it has given us an edge to easily, so people come and it's easy to worship God. God worship. I said, no, it's easy. It's just something. And I realized that when I was saying easy, they didn't get me. But now I realize that it is because I went through personality development, so it became much more easier. So I want to thank you. If you want anything, you can consult us, or anywhere you can get it, please go for it, and then get yourself liberated from that shackles and that imprisonment, so that you can now be free and be liberated. Because ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. The Son of Man, whoever the Son of Man shall set free, which is the truth, the Son, ye shall be free indeed. Thank you very much, and God bless you.